What's going on, guys? So I guess I'll just make another video and all that bullshit. So I found this when I went shopping last night. Head itches. Oh, my head itches. I don't feel like starting over again. My head just itches. That feels really good too. Okay, but so what was it? So I went shopping last night and I found these things, and I want to point something out. Like this thing is called 5 Star Strong. It's a cold brew company. This cold brew is pretty fucking strong. I mean, like I've had my fair share of cold brew. I wouldn't say I'm like a cold brew connoisseur by any means, but back in the day when I had to like dig in deep into like shit on computer screens, normally involving two computer screens and a laptop in front of me, I would pretty much go hardcore in the cold brew. I'll be honest, I haven't really gone hardcore in the cold brew in a while. Consulting is a different. It's more discussion oriented and all that shit. So it will. I do feel the call for the cold brew a little bit here and there, but this is not about cold brews. This is neither here nor there. Just want to say that 5 Star Strong, what they do is they put their copy with the mission and they recognize soldiers and shit like that who serve. And check this out. Support our stupid fucking Logitech. Swear to God. Support our stupid motherfucking Logitech. Support our heroes who serve. Certified WBENC, Women Business Enterprise. So it sounds to me like this is an American-made product that supports Americans, and it's a certified women's business enterprise, so it's owned by women. This seems hella fucking diverse, if you ask me. I mean, they didn't say anything about diversity and inclusion. They just fucking went ahead and diversified and included people. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the thing I just want to point out. Like most people who do shit, they don't spend time telling you that they're doing shit. They're too busy actually doing the shit. So just try to keep that one in mind. That's one of the ways that I think they're weakening America is they're trying to make everyone virtue signal about doing shit. Meanwhile, no one is actually doing shit. And so I guess this video is kind of sort of going to be a response to a video I just saw that Tate put up because I got nothing else to make a video on right now, to be quite honest. I mean, like, the politicians are still being douchebags. They're still going to try to rig the elections with all this fucking voter bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck sends out these absentee ballots to people? Who the fuck's going to fill this shit? You stupid motherfuckers. I don't even know what to say about that shit. But anyways, so when I saw that Tate put out a video, and this is the other thing, like, I want to, again, reiterate, like, I think the Tates are all right people. I got no problem with the Tates. Like, I met them before. They're pretty cool people. I hope they use that joke I gave them about Kachuk. Because, oh, man, what was a couple other ones? But, like, I just remember, man. I just remember it was funny. There's, like, a bunch of, like, really influential, high-class people with their fucking suits on and whatnot. I got my suit on, too, and shit. And Tate's telling everyone, he's like, I'm a world champion kickboxer, but there's no art out there that could take anyone out and that will take everyone out. And I'm like, there is one. And Tate just looks at me and laughs. She's like, fucking for real, man. and then what was it? Tristan, sorry, my bad, bro. It's just fucking cold brew. Tristan's like, all right, what is it? And I'm like, it's called Kachuk. And he's like, Kachuk? I'm like, yeah, it's when you get a shotgun and go, Kachuk, and everyone starts laughing. It was awesome as shit. I hope you guys use that one. Kachuk is the best. But there's another one. I forgot what it is. This is the LO one about like how like I don't want to get into that one. And then what was the other one? It's not joke time right now. Anyways, but like the takes are cool. It's just like from a business point of view, I totally understand the war room. It probably makes him a shit ton of money. I am not going to lie. I get it. I get how those things work. As I was telling you guys, back in like AOL and MySpace, I was in one of those. I used to have my own little one of those, and like I made dozens of dollars off of it. So I get it. I get how the business model works and all that bullshit. I just didn't really feel like dealing with a bunch. I mean, some of the people I met were cool. Like to be quite honest, one time I invited everyone out to a hike just as an excuse to say I was going to do it, and I didn't expect anyone to show up. someone actually showed up. I was like, shit, I have to go on a hike. That was actually turned out to be pretty cool, to be quite honest. And then some of the dudes came out to a bar, and I just like basically explained to them. I was like, look, guys, like this sounds fun now in your 20s, but you want to like get into tech or something because it's not going to be fun in your 30s. Like it's fun for me because I can just go home and sleep and shit and smoke all day, but you guys can't. You have to like, I don't want to get into it, but I hope those guys listened to me and like did something other than just party all the time. The point I'm saying is like, but so many other people were just like douches. I didn't want to deal with that. Anyways, so but the thing I was saying is, so Tate put out a video about how feminism is ruining America, and this is the first time in the past 30 years, it's the first time in all history that women have been in charge. That's not entirely true. Now, actually, this is the thing. What it is throughout all of human history, there are like the Amazons and, I guess like WNBA and shit like that, where like Amazonians, they would like dominate the men, and they were the ones in charge, and they were the ones who were full military and all that bullshit, and the men were subjected to them, and they were subservient to the women and all that bullshit. That actually happens a lot of times in history, and what it is basically what happens is uh, some man from that culture or some other culture gets fed up, goes off and does his own thing, and of those ones, one of them will rise up and somehow subjugate those women, and they actually will sometimes even ask them to. Uh, I know that's going to be a tough pill to swallow, but what it is I had a super duper feminist teacher one time, and I used to think I liked philosophy until I had this teacher, and what it was I was trying to, believe it or not, I probably owe her a fucking favor. This teacher was such a bitch. She was the one. There used to be a Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, because for the longest time there was only Street Fighter 2. For 20 fucking years, all they would do is make another Street Fighter 2. They were like Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Extreme, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Now you can play as Sagat. Street Fighter 2 Turbo Extreme. Now you can play as Sagat. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Now you can play Sagat, Vega, and Bison. Street Fighter 2 Turbo Extreme, you can play as Sagat. Like that's literally what they did for 20 fucking years. And then they were like Street Fighter Alpha, and then they were like Street Fighter Alpha 2. And you're like, okay, God, now they have to make Street Fighter 3, right? They're like, no, Street Fighter Alpha 3. And then they're like, you dumb motherfuckers, it's 2000 and like o'clock now. Like, can you please fucking make Street Fighter 3? And they're like, Street Fighter 3, here you go, guys. It's like, you dumb motherfuckers. They even made Street Fighter. They made Marvel vs. Capcom before they made Street Fighter 3. They made Marvel vs. Capcom 2 before they made Street Fighter 3, or at least in the arcade it was out, but it wasn't on console yet. That was such a bullshit dick move. Capcom, you guys are assholes for that. Just want to let you know. Street Fighter 2 taking fucking forever to become Street Fighter 3 is the biggest dick move in the world. I just want you to know that, okay? Jesus Christ. Damn, that's some good cold brew. Holy shit, I'm way the fuck awake already. Anyways, what was it? Anyway, so look, so this feminist teacher, she hated me so much because what it was is like, it's college. You don't have to stay in class. You know what I'm saying? You can just take the tests and tell her to fuck off, right? So I did that. And actually, I owe my second oldest brother an apology because he had her as a teacher and she hated him because she thought that he was me, and she actually had to explain to her, like, look, that's my brother, that's not me. And she cut him a little bit of slack. But anyways, this bitch hated me so much that what it was is she actually petitioned to get the video game Street Fighter 3 Third Strike taken out because she was mad that I was fucking always playing it. What a bitch. What a stupid bitch. Anyways, so what it was so I used to want to be in philosophy, so I took a philosophy class, and one of the classes I had to take was with this dumb bitch, and it was the philosophy of like Western women or bullshit or some fucking horseshit, feminist horseshit, right? And she misread my first name, so when I came into class, she was totally not prepared. And I was like, yeah, I go by JT or Joe or whatever the fuck ever. And then she got really upset. And then anyway, so what it was using her own book of like super feminist bullshit, I researched and I found out for like the first project of class that I turned in, because it was like I went above and beyond. I got like, she had to give me 110 points out of 100. I did the extra credit. She got so mad. This is why she refunded me. Hold on a second. So then, what it was using her in like 1882 or whatever. There's some French anthropologist, and what he found out was that in before history, when everyone was cave people and whatnot, women actually were the ones who were in charge of society. Men were subservient to the women, because in the tribal times, the mother figure was pretty much the chieftain. It wasn't really a father figure, it was a mother figure, because the mother was the one who gave birth to everyone. And to be quite honest, back then it was easy as fuck to be a hoe, because everyone would probably try to fuck you if you were the chieftainess or whatever, right? I mean, pretty much you're out hunting in the clan, and that's probably going to be very hierarchical. That's like the army, right? Like the sergeant and everyone else is, like just falling in line and all that bullshit while you're out hunting. Women are picking berries and shit. That's like sugar and stuff. You come back, it's like, damn, if I fuck the woman in charge, and I'll get the berries first. Holy shit. That's kind of how it was, right? And then, so everyone was fucking the woman in charge, so you didn't really know who was the father of the babies. And you kind of really didn't care, because babies really were just more labor to add to the tribe for hunting or gathering or whatever, or making like hides and shit. So really it was very hierarchical. Now what probably happened, well, what did happen, and probably in this way, I'm just assuming, is that what happened is, in that society, right, one of the dudes was born, and he was like, I don't want to go hunting with you assholes. You guys treat me like shit. I don't want to stay and pick berries with you fucking douchey whores. You're all fucking just going to yell at me and shit. Fucking, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over there. I'm going to chop down a tree. I'm going to build a little fence. That way, if any of you assholes try to come steal my shit, I can fucking shoot you with my bow and arrow. I'm going to fucking, plow my corn and shit. I'm going to keep some sheep for milk and kill them for meat. And then you assholes come here. I'm going to fucking throw javelins at you and shit. And then more people joined him. And then, they had a town. And then before you knew it, the women came to him and said, dude, can you please bang me and give me some of your shit? And he was like, why? Like, you're banging all those other assholes. I don't want to give you any of my shit. And then she's like, please, no. I'm so hungry. That shit looks so good. I'll just clean for you and cook for you. Can you please bang me and give and all that? She's like, well, if I'm banging you, I want to make sure I'm the only one banging you. I want to make sure that all those kids are only my kids. Okay, well, put a ring on my finger. That way I can tell all these other whores that I've spoken for, and that way I'll only bang you, and I'll stay home and I'll cook all your food and shit. But you have to make sure that you have food for me to cook. And marriage was invented. So marriage was actually invented because the 100th monkey left the society, built something better for himself, and then the others asked him to do it. So if you think about it, feminism is just a form of evolution. It's like, it's supposed to be so embarrassing for the men that it forces them to evolve and do something so alpha that it shatters the system. Or they get taken over and then it just happens somewhere else. Because like, what happened to the Amazons in ancient Greece? Hercules came by, fucked their chieftainess, took their fucking lion hide and fucking hightailed it out of there and said, thanks, bitch, I'm gone. What happened to the Amazonians when Achilles came? The fucking chieftainess fell in love with him, and then he killed her by accident because the other bitches were like soothsayers, and they were like telling her to like fucking, he's trying to fight you, and he really just loved the bitch. Achilles was gonna, like, if it hadn't been for her shitty friends, and Achilles and Amazonia would have like all that bullshit, but she had shitty friends, so he had to kill that bitch. So that's the thing. It's like, it seems to be like once you take shit away from them, that's when they want it more, and that's how society happened. Because it's like one thing. It's like, I would prefer this. I can just take that though. I mean, like, I would prefer that, but I mean, that's here now. I mean, that's fast food, right? Like, I would prefer a gourmet meal, but Taco Bell Crunch Wrap's ready now. You know what I'm saying? That's what feminism is. Feminism is what pretty much forced men to evolve into alpha. Because believe it or not, alpha isn't the original state of man. Beta probably is the original state of man. Alpha was an evolutionary tract to get away from the hierarchy of women telling us to do all that crazy shit. But and then anyway, so the thing is, that stupid feminist bitch, when I turned that thing in and she gave me 110% because I cited all my things and I used all the things she wanted me to, she refunded my money for the class and kicked me out. It was the stupidest bullshit ever. I mean, I used her own sources. I would dig for it. I just don't really feel around for it and whatnot. But I mean, like that's how it is. It's like it's even happening. I don't even want to go into it. It's just like you just have to pretty much get nice things, and then they'll just come to you. It's crazy. It shouldn't work that way. It's very, society doesn't tell you it works that way, but it kind of does. It's almost like the 1950s society was heavily the same way secret societies is there. There's like the meaning to it, and then there's a hidden meaning. That's how like society used to be. It was like there's like what they tell you, and then there's the hidden meaning. Like you would buy an engagement ring, but it had to be 2/3 of your salary and all that bullshit. Otherwise, whatever the fuck. So the moral of the story is feminism is actually probably a reversion to the means, but you have to keep in mind that the means are tribal and everyone living in a hut. That's not me saying it. That's anthropologist. There were some French anthropologists from 1882 who said that. If anyone really cares enough, I'll try to dig around for it. I really don't give a shit. The fact that it kind of makes sense. I mean, that's pretty much what happened. Some dude was born into a tribe, didn't like his situation, built a farm with the city walls, and like, I mean, that's literally how Rome was founded. I mean, have you heard the story of Rome and the Sabine women? Rome was originally like all the thieves and all the like the cutthroats and all the escaped prisoners and all that bullshit that from like the Italian peninsula, and they all like camped out in this swamp that was Rome, and then they eventually built a city, and they were like, holy shit, well, we need women, like we're not just, we need women, we need women. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on a big feast, and we're going to invite everyone here, and then when everyone's drunk, we're going to steal all their wives and all their daughters, and then what we're going to do is after they like send us a delegation, we're going to like sell them back the ones that we don't want. Like, nah, I'm gonna keep your wife. She's mine. I'm gonna keep your daughter. Tell you what, I'll sell you back your grandma. I really don't need that shit because she just yells at me all day. I mean, you got $20,000 for your grandma? Well, I guess she can keep cleaning my floors. Fuck you. Yeah, to the victor goes the spoils. That's literally how Rome was won. So I'm not saying, like, to be quite honest, that's why I tell everyone to get crypto and to get silver and to just get a skill. Like no matter what happens, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get paid for doing something. If not, I could always go do bug bounty or whatever the fuck, right? Like I can always pull money in. I've already got a significant amount stashed away, and I've already got a significant amount in crypto. I think I'll be okay. It's the rest of the world that I'm worried about, and that's what I'm saying. Like after enough time, enough people who think they'll be okay, they're going to eventually band together, and they're going to eventually say, you know what? Why don't we just do it the way we want to do it? That's the thing. Like you don't even need other people. You can just do it the way you want to do it. I mean, that's what it was. Like, what is it? In what was it? Forgotten Realms, Drizzt. This is going on way too long. But Jarlaxle. So you got to understand in Forgotten Realms in the Drow Society, that's also matriarchal. But what it is all the dudes who like don't want to put up with their bullshit. What they do is they just rebel, and then they just start their own thing, and they become anonymous, and they basically become mercs and do whatever pays the most. That's how you gotta look at it. Like let them do, and eventually what happens is Queen Matron Malice, the fucking head of the whatever the fuck, ends up contracting with Jarlaxle, the head of the brigands, and he's banging her all the time. I mean, like I'm telling you, like the best thing you can do is not give a fuck what they're doing, because no matter, like they'll yell at you, they'll bitch at you, but really what it is they're like, why isn't he doing it to me? So just wait for them to, like, I'm telling, it's like Machiavelli said, wait until you are summoned. If you wait until you are summoned, the power's all in your hand. It doesn't matter if it's the king or the queen or not. If they're summoning you, they want something from you that they don't have. So wait to be summoned. All right, guys, peace out.